The alien queen promised mercy if he survived the deadly night beside her daughter. The twin suns of Alara set in jagged orange shards across the horizon, painting the crystal plains in molten light. For the first time in weeks, Lieutenant Mark Renner felt truly afraid. Not battle, not the empty void of space, but what stood before him. The obsidian throne of Queen Darius of the Ketheri Dominion. His wrists were bound with bands of living chitin that tightened when he moved, and the massive core of insectoid warriors, each one taller and stronger than a human soldier, watched him with unblinking compound eyes. The scent of crushed herbs and pungent venom filled the air. The queen leaned forward, her carapace gleaming in the dying light. Her voice was like silk dragged across steel. "You are the last human alive on this continent," she declared, her mandibles curling in something disturbingly like a smile. "Your comrades burned, your fleet shattered, yet you stand before me, stubborn as the vermin your kind has always been." Renner tried to stay calm. "If you're going to kill me, get it over with." The warriors clicked in outrage at his defiance, but the queen raised one long, spined hand, silencing them. "No, human, I am not without mercy." Her multifaceted eyes narrowed, glinting. "One night, that is what I offer you. Survive it, and not only will your life be spared, but I will allow you to walk free from my dominion. Fail," she leaned closer, mandibles brushing his ear, "and your death will be slow, inventive, and sung about for generations." Renner's pulse spiked. "What's the test?" She gestured. From the shadows, a figure emerged, smaller, slimmer, though unmistakably of her kind, a young female Ketheri. Her carapace softer, colors iridescent like oil on water. Her 4 lower arms were folded nervously, but her upper pair clutched a blade carved from obsidian bone. "My daughter, Princess Vela," the queen intoned. "She is nearing her coming of age, the night where she proves herself against prey or partner. Tonight, she chooses what you will be. Sleep beside her in the chamber of trials. Survive her instincts, her hungers, her awakening." Renner felt ice creep into his spine. He had read reports about Ketheri rites of maturity. Most males of their species didn't survive the night. "And if I don't?" The queen's voice dropped to a whisper. "Then you feed the brood." The chamber of trials. The guards dragged him to the ritual chamber, deep within the hive palace. The walls pulsed with bioluminescent veins, casting sickly green light across the organic architecture. It smelled of resonant fire. Vela followed, silent, her gaze flicking to him and away again as though ashamed. When the guards pushed him inside, and the resonance door sealed behind them, Renner finally broke the silence. "So you're supposed to kill me?" Vela tilted her head. Her voice, when it came, was softer than her mother's, though it carried the same clicking undertones. "I am supposed to choose. The night awakens instincts. I may not be able to resist them. If you are weak, I will tear you apart." "That's reassuring," he muttered. She watched him with those enormous eyes, her mandibles twitching. "Why did your kind invade our world?" Renner bristled. "We didn't invade. The Dominion struck first. Our ships were just passing through the shard belt." "Lies," she hissed, but there was uncertainty in her tone. He sighed and sat against the wall, his bonds now dissolved into sticky residue. His hands were free, though he knew it was no mercy. If she decided to kill him, bare hands would change nothing. "Look," he said, "I don't want to fight you. I've seen enough killing. If you want to end this, just do it quickly. But if there's even a chance your mother wasn't lying about mercy, I'll take it." For the first time, something like hesitation flickered across her features. Nightfall instincts. Hours passed. The chamber darkened, bioluminescent veins dimming, to simulate night. The temperature rose, humid and heavy. Renner could hear strange pulses in the walls, as though the hive itself was breathing. Vela paced, restless. Her claws twitched, her breathing quickened. "It begins," she whispered. Renner's heart thudded. "What begins?" "The hunger." Her body trembled. Mandibles parted, revealing inner jaws sharp as knives. Her claws flexed. Every instinct in Renner screamed at him to run, but there was nowhere to go. "Vela," he said carefully, "listen to me. You don't want to do this." Her eyes clouded, animalistic. She lunged. Renner rolled aside, her blade cleaving the resin floor, where he'd been. He scrambled up, dodging another strike. She was fast, inhumanly so. He grabbed a shard of broken resin, wielding it like a dagger. "I don't want to hurt you," she hissed, circling him, but then hesitated. Her body shook, mandibles dripping with venom. Somewhere beneath the primal haze, she was fighting herself. "Help me," she choked, her voice warping. Renner's instincts warred with reason. She could be tricking him. But something in her tone, a desperation, almost human, stayed his hand. He dropped the shard. "Tell me what to do." Her claws trembled inches from his throat. Keep me awake. Talk. Distract me. Or instincts win. Conversations in the dark. So he talked. About Earth's oceans glittering under blue skies. About music, laughter, and fireflies in summer fields. About things utterly alien to her. She listened, trembling, her claws lowering fraction by fraction. In turn, she spoke of Kethri life, how daughters were expected to earn rank by surviving their first kill, how sons rarely lived past their first night of maturity, how she sometimes dreamed of leaving, of seeing stars not to the hive's chitin windows, but with her own eyes. Renner began to see her not as a monster, but as a prisoner of her own biology, her own empire. But the hunger did not fade. Twice more she lunged, and twice he barely calmed her. Once, she nearly pierced his shoulder, stopping only when his voice broke as he described the smell of rain on stone. The hours dragged like years. Sweat drenched him. Exhaustion gnawed at him. Yet he held on, his words the only barrier between life and death. The breaking point. Near dawn, her control snapped. With a shriek, she slammed him against the wall, claws digging into his arms. Venom dripped, sizzling on the floor. Her inner jaws parted, inches from his throat. "Vela," he shouted, panicked. "You're not your instincts. Fight it." She trembled, every muscle straining. Tears, actual tears, welled in her multifaceted eyes. "I don't want to kill you," she screamed, summoning every ounce of courage. Renner did the only thing he could think of. Slowly, gently, he pressed his forehead to hers. For a moment, the chamber fell silent. Her body quaked. Then, with a guttural cry, she collapsed, sobbing, her claws retracting. Renner held her as her trembling slowed. The venom stopped dripping. The hunger receded. They survived the night. The Queen's judgment. When the doors opened at dawn, Queen Derry swept in, her retinue behind her. Her gaze fell on the two figures. The human, bloody but alive, and her daughter, curled beside him, breathing peacefully. The Queen's mandibles clicked softly. Impossible. Renner rose unsteadily, refusing to bow. "You said if I survived the night, you'd grant me mercy." The Queen's gaze lingered on Vela, who stirred and sat up. "Mother, he spared me. He kept me from hunger." Whispers rippled through the court. No Kethri princess had ever failed to claim blood during her coming-of-age trial. The Queen's eyes hardened. "You would shame your lineage, daughter?" Vela lifted her chin. "No, I would change it." She looked at Renner, then back at her mother. If survival is strength, then he has proven it. If mercy is weakness, then perhaps we are too strong. For a long, terrible moment, the Queen was silent. Then, slowly, she rose. "Very well. The pact holds. Human, you are free." Renner exhaled, relief washing through him. But Vela's eyes betrayed a storm of emotions, gratitude, fear, something more. Departure, escorted from the Hive Palace. Renner stood once more beneath the alien suns. His wounds burned, his body ached, but he was alive. Vela approached him, alone. "You will leave now. My mother will not go back on her word, but neither will she forget. If you stay, she will find reason to kill you." Renner nodded. "And you?" She looked away. "I will endure. Perhaps I will remember your stories, your oceans and your rain. Perhaps I will dream." He hesitated, then offered his hand. She studied it curiously before placing one clawed hand against it. Not quite a handshake, not quite a farewell. Something new. "Goodbye, Vela." "Goodbye, Renner." He turned and walked into the blazing horizon, uncertain if he would ever see her again. But as the Hive Palace shrank behind him, he knew one thing. Mercy had bloomed in the unlikeliest of places, and it had saved them both. Epilogue. Years later, whispers spread to the stars of a Kethri princess who challenged her people's traditions, who spoke of new ways, of alliances instead of bloodshed. And somewhere on a distant world, a scarred veteran listened to the rain and wondered if her dreams had carried her there.